Chapter 15. 3:09 p.m. Now I need to find Axe, I said. We need to be careful. Jungle alone's enough to mess us up bad. We have your steel as well. I am not lost, Prince Jake, a lost voice said. Axe, I cried. Yes, it is me, but I am Animorphs. Do not be startled. With that, he dropped from the trees above us and landed on the ground. Well, Mark said in great satisfaction, someone probably made a monkey out of Axe. He was small, covered in brown fur, and definitely a monkey, but he was alive. I don't think I've ever been so relieved in my life. I've been screwed up plenty. First, I decided to go into stupid safe way, then endangering Tobias and Axe and leaving Rachel alone almost get killed. But at least no one had died. Yet. I'm thinking spider monkey, Cass said, frightened, but I'm not sure. It's not just stronger than rainforest animals. The monkey, Axe holding something in his paw, bright yellow about the size of a computer disk, yet only round and a little thicker. What is that? I asked. I did what you told me to do. It's a vital part of the bug fire, the computer core. No one can fly it without it. That thing's a computer? Tobias asked. Yes, there's just one primitive. An analyte version should be a third this size. Well, I'm going to believe you're okay, Axe, I said. We haven't been doing very well. I barely made it, Axe said simply. There are several dozen Harbinger coming out in the forest looking for us. I think they're divided into platoons of 5, each accompanied by a human controller. I haven't seen the Viscera will be around as well. As you know, Viscera can more so maybe any animals we see. That's a good point, Rachel said. We have to look out for animals as well as Harbinger and natives. The human controllers, Mark said thoughtfully. I think I know why they're traveling Harbinger. See, human controllers know which animals belong here and which don't. When they see a grizzly bear or a tiger, they'll know it doesn't belong. They'll know it's us. Good thing, Marco, we need local morphs. I can take you to the monkeys, I suggested. I believe they're close relatives of yours. I mean, that's technically accurate. Marco's the second cousin to a monkey, Rachel said. I'm glad to see she was teasing Marco again to miss she was back. There's a darkness in her eyes still. Not even Rachel could shake off what she'd been through, and knowing her she'd react by being more aggressive. Maybe too aggressive. Monkeys would be good, Cass said, to get us off the ground into the trees. Okay, Axe, lead on. Tobias had asked if we could use some air cover. No problem, Tobias said. He flew in the trees. I knew he was tired and he was hungry. Flying is hard work and a bird's metabolism is fast. They can't endure long periods of hunger as well as a human can, but what else can I do? Axe didn't lead us very far, then a few minutes of staying behind a group of monkeys chittering and yipping at trees above us. It wasn't possible to acquire more from a person who was morphed. In other words, couldn't copy his monkey morph. We had to go an actual monkey. I believe we can get one of them to come down, Axe said. How? Marco asked. Yes, I couldn't tell if a monkey's embarrassed, let alone a monkey with an ant-like brain, but I could have sworn he was embarrassed. I believe that I am, that is to say, my morph is an attractive female. One of the males seemed interested earlier. Well, that does it, Marco said. We have more currently in the bizarro world. We traveled in time, we're in jungle fighting bracelet aliens and 10,000 annoying species of bugs, our resident space cadets, a hot-looking monkey. Somebody wake me up when we get back to reality, Jake and Marco said at the same time. He stared at me and I stared at him. Everyone stared at us. I sighed. I guess I have something to tell you guys. I should have said something earlier probably, but I thought I was just going nuts or something. See, I've been having these flashes, like I was in school or something I was here. And we got here when I had flashes I'm back home. Rachel rolled her eyes to say, what's next? Cassie looked concerned. Marco looked just like he was trying to find a joking situation. He's too tired to come up with anything. I know what Marco's going to say because it was in one of the flashes, I said. I staring at large monkey eyes. Prince Jake, how long ago did you start having these flashbacks? I shrugged. It was just this afternoon, yesterday or today, or whatever you call it. I was square dancing when the first one happened. Why? You were square dancing, Mark said? I had paid to see that. Axe scratched his neck vigorously, looked intently at what he scratched up. He popped whatever is in his mouth. Obviously, in a monkey mind have some control. Prince Jake, as I said, I'm not an expert in stereo riffs, but I think what's happening is the flashbacks or fluctuations of two simultaneous identical states of consciousness intersect outside of space-time. That would have been my guess, Mark said. Simultaneous whatevers. I have a theory, Axe said. A theory's more than I have. What is it? I suspect we moved backwards in time, but not very far. We existing simultaneously both here and back home. There are now 2 Marcos, 2 Cassies, 2 of each. One here and one there at the same time. The flashbacks only started today. I suspect we've gone back one day in time, a little less. That's good, Margaret said. No, it is not good. We are in 2 places at the same time. That is impossible. A space-time anomaly, an unstable condition. Meaning... It means the 2 groups, 2 Marcos, Rachels, and so on, will annihilate each other. Like matter and antimatter is possible to be in the same time. So, why haven't we annihilated ourselves yet? Rachel asked. We're still in the Sarah Rip effect. I think... So... I think we're okay until we get back to the time when the rip occurred. At that time, the rip will end and we'll have an impossible situation. 2 identical people existing in 2 places at once. I think my teacher said it calls a mutual annihilation. We would cease to exist, both groups, here and back home. The time when the Sarah Rip occurred was 8:54 exactly. In other words, we get back to our own time, we have to do it for a Sarah Rip occurs at 8:54. Yes, we have to go back and change the timeline so none of this will happen. We have less than 6 hours. How do we do that? I am not sure. Well, if we're trapped so he's visit-free, right? He must know about this too. If he's going back, we can go back with him. All I'll do is get the Blade ship, hide on board, and let him take us home. I mean, it's his own way, right? There could be... Axe started to say, but then he stopped. What? Is there some other way to get back? He gave me a long look, like he wasn't sure what to say, whether not to say anything at all. He was a monkey more, so I couldn't read his expression. As I said, Prince Jake, I wasn't paying attention today. They taught this in school. I knew he was hiding something, and I should have pressed him, but I didn't. Just one more mistake from the fearless leader of the Animorphs. 3:40 p.m. It wasn't easy to acquire the monkeys. Several of them swung down a tree to sniff axe, but they didn't seem terribly frightened of us as I was staying still and quiet. I reached very slowly to one particular monkey. He looked at my hand, considering it, then he turned his back as if asking me to scratch it. Okay, I said, I'd be glad to. I scratched the little monkey's back as I closed my eyes and focused my thoughts on the monkey. He began quietly as in a trance. That's what you give when they're acquired. I absorbed the monkey DNA into me. I do find kind of funny they just looking like, oh, you want to scratch my back? Sure, go ahead. It's kind of cute, really. This should be especially easy, cast comments. You finish to acquire a different monkey. They aren't direct related to Homo sapiens, still most of the DNA be identical. A chimpanzee's DNA be like 97% identical to human DNA. Or in Marco's case, 99.9% Rachel interjected. Yes, like the fact that Rachel's DNA is 99% identical to Malibu Barbie, Marco shot back. Could we concentrate us gruffly? Actually, it's easy to see everyone behaving normally, so when Cassie isn't talking about animals and Rachel and Marco aren't teasing each other, you have to worry. Actually, have problems with monkeys mind morph, Cassie asks? No, except, well, they're very similar to morph to human, but more excitable. Also don't fall over as easily as a human does. Axe is constantly amazed that humans walk around on two legs even without a tail to hold us up. Okay, let's do it. I said we're short on time. We're supposed to stand here like a dumb barefoot kids in the suburbs. Tobias asked whether you keep an eye out for any trouble. The whole rainforest is nothing but trouble, Tobias said darkly, especially when a race-held hog you stick out like a sore thumb. He was right about to worry about one thing at a time. I knew from my visions that we'd be successfully morphed into monkeys, but unfortunately visions didn't tell me whether to succeed, fail, end up alive, or not. I concentrated on a mental image of a monkey, and very quickly I began to feel the changes. The real monkeys began to see the changes too. They left the tree trunk and scampered to high branches. I shrank, that was to be expected. The more I shrank, the more vulnerable I felt. Brown fur scarfed my arms and legs, my face became furless, my lips puffed out to form a rubbery muzzle. The largest single change to the tail, probably was coming out of the base of my spine, but I had a tail before so I didn't think much of it, so I realized the tail moved. Not back and forth like a dog tail, more like a fifth arm. This tail is neat, Cass said. Try moving. You feel like a part of your brain that controls it like an extra hand. She was right, and Axe was too. There's very little that was new or strange in a monkey's mind. Like a human had a few basic instincts. Like a human depended on learning to guide its actions. The eyes are similar to human eyes, the ears no better, the sense of smells have been improved. This is an easy morph, Rachel said, so what can this monkey do? I shrugged my monkey's shoulders. I guess it climbs trees. I turned to the tree trunk, because like all the rainforest trees are shockingly tall, and there are no low branches, but there are strangling vines wrapped around the trunk like a nest of snakes. Let's try it out, I said. I reached her vine held tenderly, positioned one foot, and I carefully reached under her handhold. Prince Jagak said, let the creature do a climbing and knows how, like this. He put the acquired computer in his mouth and lead right toward the air, snatched a handle as 50 feet up the tree bark and blinked 3 times. I took a deep breath and relaxed my control, allowed the monkey mind come forward and just said, climb. Ash was right, the monkey knew how to climb. You know the way Michael Jordan knows his way around a basketball court, or the way Chrissy Yamaguchi knows his way around an ice rink? That's how a monkey knew the trees. It knew the trees, understood trees, is born to be in trees. Hands, toes, my little handhold, every foothold, never hesitation, never a doubt, never a question. This monkey knew exactly what to do. Look, I swallowed 10 Mountain Dews and a box of ring dings. I was tiny, but I had energy. I flew up that tree. I met Cassie up at a high canopy. Wow, Axe is right, this monkey can climb trees. That's not all it can do. The others are just catching up. Watch this. She launched herself out in the air. We were 50 feet up easy, as high as a 5-story building. She just fired her highlights and flew. She snatched a hanging branch in one hand but never stopped swinging forward. That's all I needed to see. It was a game of chase for treetops. The monkey wanted to play, and so did I. I needed some fun in the worst way. I looked about 2 feet and felt like 2 inches. About 2 seconds felt like 10 minutes. I hung in the air. Then my left hand simply reached out, found a branch, swung forward, launched me again for the air, reached out again. Swing and fly and grab and swing and fly and grab. Oh yes, Marco resulted followed casting me for the trees. Swing, fly, catch, swing, fly, catch. The monkey brain processed the remove, compared every action and reaction. Entire world was branches and vines to a monkey. Swing, fly for the air to the ground, a deadly 50 feet down below. Catch at the last possible second. Swing in out into the void, catch just in time to save your life. It was a scene from my flash, made zipping for trees. Marco asked Paulus to let us catch up. He wrapped his tail around a branch and hung there, panting. I wrapped my own tail around the branch and let go of my hands and feet. I hung there high above the fire's floor by my tail. I swung gently in the breeze. This sounds weird. There's something familiar about this, said the Cassie called to us. I mean, not to the monkey, to me, the human. It's called bratching, I think I said. Swing for trees, what our distant ancestors did millions of years ago. Maybe little bits of memory still stuck in the back of our human brains. Maybe all the stage of evolution is still part of us. Or maybe it just reminds me of playing in jungle gyms when I was a kid. Well, if you want to be boring, then go for the obvious explanation, Cass said with a laugh. It's like gymnastics, Rachel said. Only this monkey could totally destroy any human on even parallel bars. The monkey team in the Olympics, they win every medal. Can I ask a question? Axel interrupted. Where are we going? We all stared at him and burst out laughing. Uncle Buy's laughed a wild chittering sound that made us laugh all the more. I guess we get carried away. Okay, now let's get serious. We have stuff to do. We need to find a blade ship. We need to get back to our own time for 8:54. Can we play chase some more first? Marco asked. I would have said yes, I was caught up in idiot joy being a monkey. But right then I saw down below us a troop of Harpager. 5 slashed away from the undergrowth of human controller falling behind. Let's follow them. Soon we'll be able to head back to the blade ship, right? Chapter 17, 4:23 p.m. I don't think I ever realized how strong Harbinger are, so we followed them to a rampage through a rainforest. He used their arm blades to slash vegetation in a way of path to destruction in their wake. They slashed and slashed, never seen a tire. The human controller with them, a guy looking at him might have been 19 or 20. He was in good shape, but he was gasping and sweating and struggling to keep up. Far above them, he swung and flew and caught and swung again. Are these guys going somewhere? Just wandering around, Rachel going, tick-tock, we're running out of time. There, the human controller gasped when he pointed to the base of the tree we were in. That animal, that pig thing, I don't think it belongs here. I think you're just tired looking for an excuse to sit down and rest. I paused and considered the late Harbinger drew a streak on being fired. The wild pig or whatever sizzled and disappeared. During we kept traveling, hit and sliced through a trunk of our tree. Move, I yelled as the tree began to shudder and sway. I reloaded wildly for the next tree. I fired myself in the air. The tree was falling too fast, so no time to plan our landing. We flew in the air for a very long 2 seconds, and I dropped. The ground came rushing up. I see a face of a human controller staring at me and wondering. A branch. I reached and missed. No way, I was stopping, swinging a crazy circle. I was laughing and realized what happened. My tail grabbed a branch in my hand and missed. I don't like that monkey, the human controller said. Harbinger leader once again drew a strike on me and aimed for me, but I was out racing across the branch holding on my toes. I swung around the back of the trunk a split second ahead of... Zap! The tree trunk exploded right in front of us. The drink on me turned to sap as steam. He scorched my face and I lost hold of me on the fall. And then a hand grabbed me. Hold on, Richard said, just me to our new branch. That's no real monkey, human controller yelled. The monkeys! Kill all the monkeys! Kill every monkey you see! I've heard drew their weapons. No, Cassie cried. Jake, we have to stop them. Cassie, get out of here. Go, I yelled. Dragon beasts fired their killing light, and tree branches fell away as on trimming a rose bush, and one of them hit a monkey. Cassie, Marco axe, I yelled. It wasn't one of us, Marco answered. The monkeys are destroyed, birds in the trees are destroyed, a sloth and its baby hanging from a branch are destroyed. Harbinger on a rampage, past shooting monkeys are shooting anything that moved in the high branches. They're killing everything, Cassie's outraged. We have to stop them. This isn't time to play Save the Rainforest, Cassie, Marco snapped. It's time to play Save Your Own Butt. Jake and I yelled unless he drag on me being fired. Yeah, we kinda noticed, Rachel answered. We swung away most of the slaughter, but we were still near to hear a wild huffing laughter of Harbinger and a giddy insane cries of the human controller. I know there's a difference between human life and the life of animals. I mean, I guess there is. There's definitely a difference between human life and the life of trees, but still a mindless pointless massacre made me sick. The Harbinger just cutting everything down, smoldering stumps to where trees have been sliced up, the forest and screaming in anger and confusion. And then the Harbinger stomped onto a rainforest slime fell from a tree. Very long and wrapped around itself around the lead Harbinger. A snake, Rachel yelled. Man, I didn't know snakes came that big, Margot said. It slowly crawled around Harbinger and squeezed. It was going to slash it and then, get back, fools, be glad I don't kill you all. A sneering, thought-speaking voice said. Harbinger stopped trying to free the trapped friend very quickly and stepped back and watched the struggling Harbinger. I knew a thought-speaking voice, and we all did. Somehow the sound in your brain made you afraid. Once it stopped struggling, the snake began to change. Or impossible to snake by an Andalite grew. Andalite body, at least, but not a true Andalite. Because in that Andalite head lived the York Slug who held the rank of Visitor 3. It's strange how all two almost identical things would be so totally different. See, Visitor 3 was almost exactly like Axe or any other Andalite, and yet there was never a moment in doubt when he saw him in this evil creature. The four remaining Harbinger and human control were shaking with terror for the Visitor. What are you fools doing? The Visitor cried in deceptively calm tones with the human controller. He's never careful as thoughts speak. It's like email, you can decide who it goes to, or you can just blast everyone here. I guess if you're as powerful as Visitor, you can just shout away. The human controller turned several shades lighter in his natural color. We were just following your orders, Visitor. Destroy animals that don't belong here because they could be Andalite bandits. And you thought perhaps the trees were Andalites as well. No, He raked his tail forward and pressed the blade against the man's throat. Did it occur to you the bug fire is less than 100 yards from here? Did it occur to you Dracon beams travel a long way? Did it occur to you can't get back without that bug fighter? And did it occur to you I might be in morph and you might shoot me? The young were saying to his knees, it was them, he pointed with the Harbinger. Oh, Spirit asked, what's about needing to bug fire to get back to his own time? He shrugged his monkey shoulders. I don't know, I think perhaps we may need to exactly recreate your Section 2 Dracon beams. I heard something like that in school. You know, the little this on bug fires computer, but they can't fly it without this. It came within a flash of insight. I made a terrible mistake. I risked his life to get the computer to make it impossible for them to fly the bugfire, but now we knew they have to fly the bugfire to get us home. You could say we had a bargaining chip, you think maybe we'd trade Visitor Free the computer for a ride home, but I knew better. Once he had a computer, the Visitor would just kill us. We were trapped, and trapped because of my own mistake. Chapter 18, 5:23 p.m. We've been monkey more for almost a 2-hour limit. It's time to change and regroup and hopefully figure out what to do next. We swung away for the trees far from Visitor 3. We skimmed down the ground getting demorph. I swoop and land on a fallen tree beside us as there are no low branches. There's a thick singed area on his tail. Tobias, Cassie cried. She'll show her as soon as she was human again. I'm fine, Tobias says, so Cassie lifted up his tail to check for damage, but someone took a shot and almost hit me. I guess one human controls must have been a bird watcher. He knew red tails don't fly in Amazon. Before he chased me off, saw him work on a crash bug fire. 3 Texans crawled over it, repairing it, and a bunch of Harbingers shooting anything he didn't like. I told Tobias he ever heard of his free saying, they need a bug fire to get back to the right time. I don't know why, and Axe doesn't know why. As is fully analyzed again, he held the little yellow disc. They can't fly a bug fire without this, I guarantee it. He was still focused on that, not thinking ahead to the fact we needed to Yerk's a stupid computer now. I know it sounds weird, I was actually mad I'm not seeing what an idiot I've been. I want someone to say, hey, Jake, you've blown it, man, you're not the leader anymore. It would have been a relief. Don't move a muscle, Rachel said. I've moved nothing but my eyes. When I pushed it around, I started to sound the heads began to rise. Beside its head, a spear cocked and ready. I think the local guys are the drop on us, Margaret said nervously. I was amazed. Impossible to think about an andalite, but even more impossible to think about a red-tailed hawk. And yet 12 guys, some older, some younger, all intense, jet black eyes and black hair, had done just that. There was not mind if we even twitched, let alone attacked. 12 poison tip spears would fly. And 6 of us go down permanently. Cassie, Margaret said, you're the tree-hugging and save the rainforest, love the plant person here. Who are these guys? Humans. No duh. That's all I know. Humans. People who live here. What am I, encyclopedia? I don't think they like us, Rachel said, but they don't think they want to kill us. I recognized one of the faces the kid who from a spear me before. His alert black eyes watched me. Rachel's right, they didn't like us. I wonder if they saw us morph. I sighed. I tried to raise my hands and gesture peace. Slowly I raised my hands, palm out. No one stabbed a spear at me. That was a good sign. I took a deep breath. I had forgotten to breathe. Hello, we don't want any trouble. You got that right, Margaret whispered. One stepped forward and came right up to face me. He might have been 30 or 40 or 80. I couldn't be sure. He was definitely a leader. You could tell. He was wearing little, so I think Rachel and Cassie were embarrassed they weren't busy being scared. He lowered his spear and peered intently in my face. He spoke but no language I knew. Sorry, I don't speak, whatever. He thought that over for a moment. He pointed a finger at me and said, Macaco. I guess I didn't understand how you decided as an idiot. He launched an amazingly good fan to me of a monkey. Oh, monkey. Monkey is macaco? He's nodded and smiled. The smile is gone. He jabbed a finger right in my chest. Macaco, too. Espirito macaco. Whoa, Marcus said, that's Spanish. Espirito means spirit or soul. Maybe it's Portuguese, Cass said. They speak Portuguese in Brazil. I mean, it's probably the head man of the village. Probably has some dealings with Brazilians. He must have learned his Portuguese. Portuguese, Spanish are kind of alike. Spanish on my grandmother's speaks, so my mother grew up speaking Spanish. So you can translate, Rachel asked? Well, I mean, no, I know about maybe 50 words. Easy for saying Jake is a monkey spirit. So he did see us morph. Yes, Espirito Macaco. I was a monkey spirit. He looked hard at Axe, his extra stalk eyes, a wicked tail. Mal diabo. I guess he called him a devil, Marcus said. He shook his head firmly. No mal, no diabo. He glared at Axe, he took it above his short spear and drawing something in dirt. Took a few seconds to recognize. A creature with 2 arms, 2 legs, and a tail. Had blades at his elbows, knees, and a head. He wanted drawing. Diabo. Monstro. I started laughing sheer relief. He had drawn a harbinger. Yes, definitely Mal, Diabo, Monstro, nay, are a bad word you can think of. I took a barefoot and rubbed out the drawing. He liked that, Rachel said. He grinned and slapped his chest. Polo. That's either his name or his favorite brand of shirt, Marco said. I found myself and said, Jake. He nodded. He read out a little after the harbinger creature. He grinned a huge grin. He laughed out loud and all the men boys laughed with him. Even the kid who tried to shish kebab me. I think I like these guys, Rachel said. Suddenly the skies opened up and the rain came pouring down like we all staying under Niagara Falls. He grabbed my hand and formed a strong grip. We were sealing a deal. Diabos. Mutar diabos. I think he said hunt, kill the devils, Marco said. Look in his eyes, I had no doubt. That's exactly what he said. Polo and his people stepped back in the bushes and stood there invisible in the pouring rain. These little guys up against Harbinger warriors, Rachel said skeptically. I have a feeling about these little guys, said. I think the forest is theirs, not like a bunch of alien diabos running around killing everything in sight. Better have them our side than against us, that's for sure, I said. Suddenly I felt really tired. Too many dangers and too much adrenaline. Even though it's just late afternoon, at this time my body was awake and fighting and morphing over 24 hours. The rain was absolutely pouring out of the sky, so I couldn't even think about flying. I could see I wasn't the only one exhausted. So I guess this is the rain bar of the rainforest, Marcus said. They don't do anything halfway around here, do they? We trudged through a downpour, drinking our fill from the water that drained down off the leaves. We finally could see no one could go any further, at least I couldn't. Time was running out. We had just been out about 3 hours. We had no solid plans. There was possible time for a rest, but there was no going on. Not yet. Let's take a break, I said. Where, Marco asked. I fell down in the mud and rested my back against a tree. Right here. Right here. Cassie came and sat beside me. The noise of the falling rain made our conversation private. How are you doing, Cassie asked me. I shrugged. I'm fine. Why wouldn't I be? She looked at me skeptically. Jake, I know you. I can see on your face. You're worried. And you're mad. Says, I don't think you're mad at any of us. I'm guessing you're mad at yourself. I like the way everything will work out, I lied dully. You know, it's kind of funny seeing you and Polo together. Yeah? Why? I didn't really care. I was too tired to care. She was being kind. I needed some kindness. Because you're the same, both of you. He's you and you're him, the leaders. You know, he took a risk putting down his spear. He might have killed him and his people. There's no way he can know it's the right thing to do. He just made his decision. That's all anyone can ask for a leader. I felt for her hand in the rain. It was too dim and gray for me to see her face well. I'm so tired, I said. She laid her head on my shoulder. I know, Jake. Rest. just rest. Aw. Chapter 19, 6:49 p.m. I woke up suddenly with a feeling I'd slept far too long. I opened my eyes. Black night. Night so black I was like being smothered in black felt. But not everything was dark. Since away from my face, two eyes glowed green and gold. I could smell foul breath. I could feel it on my face. Jaguar. The big cat stuck his nose closer trying to decide who I was and what I was doing in its forest. I might have wet my pants with him with sheer terror. I don't know because I was soaked to the bone from the rain which had finally ended. I was sitting and mud feeling the adrenaline pump in my veins, feeling fear. I was going to live or die depending on what the jaguar decided. Was I food or was I not? If I was hungry and I smelled like prey, it'd sink its massive fangs in my neck and all be over in a second. I wouldn't have a chance to scream. But then, a faint memory of hope. There's nothing I do. No time to morph, but... As small as I could, I raised my trembling hand to touch the jaguar's spotted fur. I focused my mind and concentrated fervently on acquiring a jaguar. I prayed with lacking on most animals that when required. I prayed he'll go into a trance. When I closed my eyes, the jaguar closed his. Marco, I hissed. Cassie, Rachel, Axe, Tobias, somebody. Marco's like, rather than, whoa, wake up, guys. Jeez, Jake, what are you doing? That jaguar could chomp you. Really? I didn't think of that, Marco. Thanks for pointing out. Look, I'm acquiring to keep him calm. Here's what you do. One after another, we acquire him and then move off. Axe? Yes, Prince Jake. You think you can outrun this big kitty? Yes. Okay, then you acquire him last and run for it, just in case he's in a bad mood. 5 minutes later, all a safe distance away. You know, you're probably fairly safe, Jake, Cass said. I don't think jaguars eat prey your size. I bet they eat prey my size, Tobias muttered. It was cool to have a jaguar morph now, probably for traveling to rainforests at night, Cassie pointed out. Speaking of which, it's late, and Rachel said, tick-tock. We have 2 of your hours left, Axe said. 2 hours to find a blaze ship, smuggle aboard, and have Vince knows how to get us all back, Rachel said. Wonderful. The jaguars are predators, Cassie pointed out. That means since the depth we're hunting in the rainforest, they'd be able to find a yerks if any animal could. Marco laughed. Cassie, just when we're excused more something new. Cassie's right, look how dark it is. I can't even see you. No street lights, no house lights, no car lights, even moonlight and starlight can't penetrate the trees. We're helpless in this dark, barefoot, lost, and blind. We need eyes. We can morph owls, but we don't know what dangers the rainforest might hold for plain old horned owl. Jaguars, on the other hand, look like they can take care of themselves. No, I'm pretty sure humans are on the menu? Probably. I mean, they couldn't chomp in one bite, but they certainly could make a job at it. Let's do it, Rachel said. We're totally helpless in this darkness. We need to find a way to carry the Buckfire's computer with us, Cassie pointed out. Sure, she put a cloth from her shirt tail. Twisted it to lean around her a small hole in the computer's core. I'll take it, I said. The computer's my stupid mistake. I should carry it. He slipped over my head, hung down like a big dorky medallion. Okay, boys and girls and andalites, let's morph. Jake, I had to try and fly by the trees so I get some moonlight, Jim, but I said I was blind as you guys. Jaguar is a strange morph for one reason, because it wasn't strange at all. It was just like morphing to tiger. It was smaller and stockier, but still one of the big cats. But for the others, the first experience with the big cat, my jaguars came out in the darkness grew much lighter to see the final transformations. I saw young little teeth grow in Cassie's mouth, saw a pattern of large hollow spots spread across Rachel's skin. I saw a claw strap on axis of weak andalite hands. The way Marco fell forward and lay on all fours, his tail ascended like a snake. Oh, this is beautiful, Marco said. Oh man, feel the rush. Rachel crowed, this is like so alive, so not afraid. I knew the feeling, different being an animal on top of the food chain. Animal doesn't worry much about being killed. It's not arrogance, it's a lack of fear. Just like a tiger, jaguar may be startled, surprised, alarmed, but never afraid. It may run away in the face of humans or loud machinery, but somehow it isn't afraid when it does that. I saw Rachel take a swipe at the air, testing the speed of her paws. Not as powerful as a grizzly bear, but awfully fast. Excellent senses, Cass. I smell... Wow, I smell a million things. I have a strange desire to eat a monkey, Marco said. I was a monkey a few hours ago. We're all going to end up in a nut house someday. You realize that, right? Tobias, can you hear me? I called not speak. Yeah, I can hear you. I'm much better up here. There's a 3/4 moon and a million stars, so you want to fly, but I break my neck if I try to land. There's more than a million stars, Axe commented. I know, Axeman. Hey, there's a glow like a town, maybe lots of light. It was still running a blaze shift, they'll have lights, right? Cassie pointed out. It's the only clue we have, and we're running out of time. I said, let's go. Go into the lights, Marco said. What? Poltergeist, the old movie, remember? That little mushroom they sing, go into the lights, go into the lights. What was this light, Axe asked, mystified. I think it was like death or something, but I could be wrong. Maybe it's just a big, bright afterlife McDonald's. Shut up, Marco, Rachel said. We had 2 hours left. If Axe was right to see our rip and end the universe, have 2 Jakes and Cassie's going to eliminate both. Go to the blade ship, get aboard, visit freak get us back, somehow, even after Bugfire's computer. Not much of a plan, but I was the leader, and the leader has to give people hope, even if he doesn't have much himself. Let's go see what this light is, I said.